from the 114th Squadron from the Royal Air Force, 39 men, 13 aircrafts, sits in Lossiemouth, Scotland and awaits the order to join the important mission, codename Operation Archery. The mission raid the strategic important German airbase Fortress Herdla, located southwest in Norway. It was a very important strategic airbase for the Germans during the first year of the occupation of Norway. The story I'm going to tell you now is a side mission, but at least as important as the main mission. My name is Kristoffer, and if you liked the video, I appreciate if you subscribed, maybe liked and shared, so that the story doesn't get forgotten. So let's get back to the video. Operation Archery was the first Allied commando raid executed in Norway, and it was planned, led and executed by the British military unit Special Operations Executive, also called the SOE. At Operation Archery, 576 military personnel took part. Out of the 576, 33 of them was Norwegian. They were part of a company called Linge Company. It was also called, as established in the Norwegian government, the Norwegian Independent Company number 1. I'm going to talk more about the main mission later on in the video, but as the title says, it's all about the Royal Air Force 114th Squadron and what happened to them. That's why I'm walking on this trail to the destination, and you will see. Okay, we're almost at the destination, but first we need to talk a little about the Royal Air Force 114th Squadron. The 140th Squadron contained of 39 men, 13 aircrafts of the type Bristol Blenheim. The crew of the aircraft was the pilot and a navigator and a shooter. The aircraft Bristol Blenheim was equipped with two 860 horsepower engines. It was a light bomber aircraft. They had light machine guns with a caliber of 0.303 rounds on it. The maximum weight they could bring along on the mission was 454 kilos. The time was there, 27th of December 1941. The 114th Squadron led their aircrafts to the airstrip in Scotland, time 09:25. The first takeoff executed, 09:30. The second takeoff complete. Destination, Norway. Their mission, destroy and create as much chaos for the German forces as possible and prevent them taking off and help the German forces at Moløy. The 13 aircraft flew around 20 feet above the North Sea towards Norway, and when they approached Øygarden, they kept the aircraft as low as possible to prevent detection as they approached their mission target on the other side of the fjord. The execution time was set to 12:30 p.m. and as they approached the target, they pretended to go in for landing. And the reason why was that the aircraft they flew was very similar to the German Junker 88 aircraft. At 100 meters altitude, the 114th Squadron engaged with full power and opened their hatches and released their firebombs and 250-pound bombs. They managed to destroy 3 Messerschmitts as well as the buildings and other important infrastructure. According to observations, there was 2 German Bf-103 aircraft and 3 Bf-109S in the air during the attack, without engaging the 114th Squadron. As the motto of the 114th Squadron written on their patch, with speed as strike, they pulled back as quickly as they came in and started their return towards home base. The route was the same way they came in, and they flew low over the fjord to escape anti-aircraft flags from Herdla Fortress as they approached Øygarden. The mission was successful as all the 13 aircraft was in formation returning back to Scotland. But as they approached Øygarden and started the low flight at the start of land, tragedy happened. The aircraft RTH Z7500 lost control and it hit the aircraft RT V6227. This was around 76 meters above ground according to the log information. Their course changed from the others as there was a few houses nearby and the sound of a big crash suddenly followed by silence as the 11 aircraft disappeared southwest into the horizon. Both of the aircrafts had crashed into a small lake and the only thing you could see was some bubbles and oil. Both of the aircraft was submerged into the lake and 6 brave men had lost their lives. A few hours later, German soldiers approached with a boat from Herdla and took a smaller boat in the area and carried it to the lake. Their mission was to recon the area and confirm that there was no survivors, and left the area shortly after. The 2 aircrafts most likely came over that ridge over there and crashed into this lake, where they stayed until late June 1945. British, Norwegian officers and war prisoners from Germany came to the lake, winched the aircraft to the side and took the remains in coffins and brought to this stone building before they were transported to Mullendal Church Cemetery in Bergen City. There they were given a ceremonial, honorable funeral. The names of the brave men who sacrificed their lives from the Royal Air Force 114th Squadron the 27th of December 1941 at Øygarden municipality is Sergeant Kenneth Aubrey Daves, killed in action. Sergeant John James Birchall Ward, killed in action. Sergeant John Edward Kitley, killed in action. And First Sergeant Robert Wilson Fisher from the Royal Australian Air Force, killed in action. Sergeant James Williamson, killed in action. Sergeant William Frederick George Fletcher, killed in action. 39 men left home base in Scotland and 33 returned. The main mission, Operation Archery, was military scene, a success operation. They destroyed ammunition, warehouses, industrial buildings, German barracks, killed between 120 and 170 Germans, sunk around 10 boats, and the losses of the Allied forces wasn't too big. Every loss is a loss, but I think it was around 22 people killed and 57 people injured during Operation Archery. So military operational, it was a success. But in every war there are casualties, and the destiny of these 6 men ended in this lake. So that's war for you. Not good. But it's important that we don't forget, so we don't repeat it. Side missions like this often get forgotten in the total picture of war. The more bigger successful operations, they are the one that gets talked about in the media and in the books. The 114th Squadron did an important mission for the main Operation Archery, and we should be grateful for that. So I think I'm gonna stop here. This was the video. I'm cold, I'm wet, I've been walking, hiking a lot. Yeah, I hope you liked the video. If you did, I would appreciate if you subscribed, maybe liked and share the video. Sharing is for not letting the history being forgotten. There are not good things with war, so we should not forget. Yeah, I'm soaking. I'm going home. Hope you liked the video again. See you next time, and stay safe. Bye bye.